policy proposal for a combined daycare vocational training facility for single mothers as a group presentation for Dr. S. Holliker in SOW 5305, Social Work Practice 1, Generalist Practice, prepared by S. Butler, A. LaFaye, and Y. Mikkelson. Narrated by A. LaFaye. Our policy proposal is based on the problem that single mothers receiving state assistance need access to affordable childcare in order to receive the vocational training to acquire jobs that offer a living wage or opportunities for advancement and career building. Our proposed solution is to offer a joint campus with a daycare facility and a vocational training facility. Single parents will split their time between the daycare as workers for on-the-job vocational training, then shift to additional vocational training in the option of their choice. Clients on the morning shift from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. will move to the other program after lunch from noon to 2:30. This approach gives each parent training in two fields, work experience in the child care field, and improved parenting and child development skills, while offering them slight solutions to transportation problems by having the daycare and the vocational training in the same spot, and making the daycare free, or a work exchange program, more accurately. And so now we move on to the generalist intervention model and how it applies in this proposal. At the engagement section, we will greet the client at the facility. The clients in this program will be single mothers with small children from birth to preschool and possibly school-age children as well. They will be referred based on mandated or suggested enrollment in vocational training. Clients are met at the facility where they can learn about the program. Greeting occurs in a setting with a play area for the kids and a seating area for parents and the intake coordinator to put them at ease and give them an opportunity to discuss how the program might be a fit for them. The intake coordinator should demonstrate effective attending skills by gathering information on the specific needs of those who will be enrolled in the program. A tour of the facility and program will be offered to parents through a guided tour with an overview of expectations, process, and facility offerings. Potential clients will be informed of how they will go through a collaboration process to explore the ways that the proposed program allows clients to draw on their strengths and build new ones to meet the needs of their family unit. At the micro level of assessment, agency services will be providing free daycare only while enrolled in the program and the job training and vocational opportunities. Program requires split day, half on the job training and half vocational experience. The client agency matching will occur as the program facilitators and coordinators review the applications to look at the best match between the client's strengths, needs, and the program offerings. By offering agency and social work service, after the application process, the clients are informed of approval or denial into the program. If a client is denied, the intake coordinator will collaborate with the client and their social worker to make sure their needs are met. They will also orient the client to the helping process, informing clients about other requirements to stay enrolled, and asking if they have questions pertaining to the assistance program. The next stage will be completing the necessary paperwork for job training and the daycare facilities. At the macro-meso level of assessment, it is important to understand the meso level issues and challenges that trickle down to have macro-micro effects. For instance, it is not hard for us to see that the daycare system in the United States is broken, that childcare costs are escalating and create an inefficient business model. Many single-parent households cannot afford the $800 to $1,200 a month for lower quality daycare, let alone the $1,300 to $2,200 cost for high-quality care. Many daycare centers are also closing in the pandemic because it's not a sustainable business model. So much of the tuition goes to salaries, utilities, and supplies that there's no profit. And I would also add that often the salaries for the daycare workers are not easily sustainable or livable wages. As Whitnall points out, when childcare is unavailable, too expensive, or of poor quality, these barriers create great stress for single-parent families, and family stress can in turn lead to harsher parenting and potential trauma, all of which have negative impacts on children's health later in life, as well as at the time it's happening, I would add. Now, let's look a little bit closer as to why single mothers need vocational training. And the answer to that is that many women are more likely to be clustered in low-paying supportive occupations that do not offer a sustainable wage or career advancement. There's also a clear salary disparity. On average, women make 81 cents to every dollar made by men. There's also a disproportionate loss of jobs by women during the pandemic. In September of 2020, for instance, over 1 million jobs were lost in the United States, and 865,000 of them were held by women employees. The percentage of families that are female-led in single-parent households by ethnicity in 2019 demonstrates that 52% were American Indian, and Asian Pacific Islanders were 15%, African American were 64%, U.S. Latino at 42%, white 24%, two or more races 40%, with a U.S. total of 34%. While there is not a clear statistic for every ethnicity, you can see that the number of these families who live at or below the poverty level is very high. Of the 34% of families that are female-led in the United States, 26% of them live at or below the poverty level. Of the 64% of female-led African-American families, 31.7% of them live at or below the poverty level, with 31% of U.S. Latino female-led families living at that level, and 21% of the white female-led families. This says that on a national level, we need to give more single-parent mothers more access to vocational training. And one of the ways we make that possible is by giving them access to childcare. In the planning stage, we would do a feasibility study during the proposal phase of the program, while a suitable location is determined through a partnership with public aid and city planning. Financial backing for the program can come from the public assistance budget, program coordination with nonprofits, and grant writing. Clients will establish their vocational, childcare, and parental goals upon entering the program. Program coordinators will work with the clients and their social workers to make sure that all of the enrolled families have the resources they need to participate fully in the program. Now on to the implementation phase of the general intervention model. Clients will enter the program by dividing it to two cohorts. Cohort A will work in the daycare in the morning and complete additional vocational training in the afternoon, and Cohort B will do the inverse. This program will be a 6 to 9 month in duration program for each client based on their vocational selections. The schedule will be repeated as new cohorts come in, pending positive review of the program and continued funding. Vocational and child care placement services will be offered to clients who are about to complete the program. Transportation resources will also be addressed. In the evaluation phase, each client will complete pre, during, and post surveys on their parenting skills, job training, resource needs, and employment. The client's goals will be reviewed monthly as the client progresses through the program. Clients who do not successfully progress will be reevaluated, put on a probationary status, and/or asked to leave the program. The effectiveness of the program will also be measured through pre-program and post-program employment statistics for the clients with the hope that most, if not all, clients gain improved employment as a result of their participation in the program. Clients will not be allowed to continue in the program for contract non-compliance. Transition assistance will be provided. Temporary childcare will be provided until a new situation is found. The program will be terminated if the funding does not continue and or the evaluation data does not provide sufficient evidence of success for its clients. Clients can also leave the program through graduation process with a placement in a new job and a childcare option near their work. There will also be several opportunities through surveys and follow-up to see how graduates from the program are doing beyond the completion of the program. Limitations and potential expansions. Any parent who is not cleared to work in a daycare can receive the childcare development training and work in the dietary area of the campus. Adding housing to eliminate transportation concerns is a future possibility. The housing would be open to a wider population of single parents than just those enrolled in the program. A school-age program for after-school facilities or school holiday facilities will be highly beneficial if funding can be obtained, because school holidays would make the childcare situation untenable if we don't have a school-aged option. Sick childcare for kids who cannot attend the daycare would also be a practical addition, albeit an expensive one. This presentation assumes that a post-pandemic herd immunity has been achieved. Summer childcare for birth to school-aged children would allow the program to run all year. Here are our references. We hope that this presentation covered all of the required elements of this presentation. Thank you for listening.